Damn, BT.
I bring you all to class today to learn something.
Yeah, he's definitely in here in the building. This is Joey Truax, also known as Yusef. You are locked into the best part, Hip Hop 101, Central Kentucky, main source for hip hop. Maybe a little R&B sprinkled in here and there, but definitely original hip hop. We are joined by world famous, worldwide, our champ.
He's nice.
Our champ, Mike Sinatra himself, man. Peace to the God, my man.
Nice being here.
You know what I'm saying? And Mike does have knowledge. I did want to jump into that just to say I want to recognize you and thank you for coming to the best part. The gift, we got it. I don't know if they captured it on another angle or something, but I wanted to bless you with a couple of pieces representing the original nation.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, most definitely, man. You know what I'm saying? The nation of gods and earths, and of course the Egyptian Ankh. So I want to go right into that for a minute, because over the years, now a lot of people don't know, Mike, you've been in hip hop and rap. We're talking years now. We're talking 10, and you've been doing videos and making music for well over 10 years. Is that right?
Correct.
Tell me when you started, and if you don't mind, what's your age? How old are you?
I'm 26 right now. 26. I started experimenting with music very young, like 3 years old type stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to rap over Snoop Dogg, and I'm getting in trouble for rapping his lyrics, stuff like that. But I say about 8.
Gin and juice.
Yeah, definitely,
Right.
definitely. That was one of the first ones.
No
you know
doubt,
what I'm saying?
no doubt.
So when I got older a little bit, probably like 8 years old, you know, my pops, he bought me a little boom box where you could put a little tape in there and record. It came with the microphone. And then since then, I've been experimenting, you know, getting in trouble for my mama finding my rap books. What are you talking about right here? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So
no doubt. Now here in Lexington, Kentucky, you came up on the west side.
Yeah, I used to live actually in Delaware for a while. You know what I'm saying? I'm born in Lexington.
Okay,
but
I didn't know this.
I moved to Delaware for a while, so like I was around a whole lot of Philly niggas, you know.
Yo, Wilmington in the book.
Yeah, Wilmington. Yeah, for sure. For sure, all that.
Hey, listen, son, from Chester, kid. Like, you know what I'm
Philly,
saying?
yeah, a little something.
Right.
Wilmington on murder. What?
Yeah.
Yo, that's the I fuck with you.
Yeah.
So no wonder when I talked to Mike, when I mentioned Taj, Obvious Bane, and we do want to recognize Obvious Bane, Taj, for the short notice about making sure we get this interview out to the people, because this is very important.
For sure, very important. For sure.
And the background on that with Mike Sinatra joining us is that the radio station that I'm connected with, there was a lot of restrictions, so-called COVID restrictions, things of that nature. And the last thing we need is general management over top of Mike Sinatra talking about pull the mask up or no cursing, things of that nature. We need to express and get this shit off, you know what I'm saying? So that's what we're doing.
Correct.
So, and plus we got a little bit of, it ain't Mo. But at any rate, I want to go into, you talked about the influence and coming up on the West End. Now, from Delaware, let's take it back. Delaware to West Side.
I moved back to Lexington when I was about like 13, 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? I've been down here ever since, you know. And then that's just where I was embraced at, was the West, you know what I'm saying? That's where everybody I went to school with, you know, that's where I hung out at, you know what I'm saying? And that's just how that love came like that.
That Hot Johnson?
Huh?
That Hot Johnson?
What's the Hot Johnson?
You know what I'm saying? In the back, you know what I'm saying? Now, look, I'm a West Side.
Hey.
I know crew now. I don't know your pops personally, but I know some of the other OGs that come from my era. DJ Goldmouth, Kaleem Shabazz, rest in peace, Kwame Alameen, and some of the OGs. And the West Side is definitely the fly side.
Yeah. Goldmouth, you mentioned him. That like he did my first mixtape for me, my first solo mixtape. So like we go back, you know what I'm saying? And he's one of the first person. Like actually, I gotta give a shout out while we in the midst of this. Mr. K, that's my cousin, aka Whole Thing. You know, that's my cousin. And he was like one of the first people that I seen that actually made a CD. You know what I'm saying? And
word?
Goldmouth hosted that. So I want to shout that out for sure.
So well then that's a dope segue, because that leads me to Whole Thing. With the fire single that you put out with ESTG down in Louisville, you grabbed Whole Thing.
Breaking like a nigga on my ride wave, ayy. JK.
Right.
So when you said fuck it, we fucking with ESTG, you said I'm going with my man too.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So let's just go ahead and talk about ESTG. Now, Lexington, man, you know, last night,
Oh man.
last motherfucking night, hold on. What today's day? What today's mathematics? The knowledge build destroy day. Today is the 18th of September. So yesterday, which was the 17th of September, the Knowledge God Day, Lexington, Kentucky, they attempted to have an event out of the Lexington Legend Stadium with MoneyBagYo.
Right.
Now, Mike, I seen you on social media. You prophesied, said, look, you know, these cats, you know, they might not, you know, don't be surprised if they don't show.
Correct.
And they didn't show.
Yeah.
So this morning, a lot of people's a little bit upset this morning about losing some bags.
And they got right to, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, how I look at it, you know what I'm saying?
Shit happens.
Shit happens. And my thing, though, is you got talent within your city. And, you know, and they might not want nothing but, you know, $500 or something to perform.
Yeah.
But instead, they got to pay $6,000 to perform for 6 minutes and shit like
In
that.
their own city.
In their own city. Like, me personally, I'm not about to pay nobody to perform. I'm not doing that because I feel like I'm lit in my city. I feel like I am the show.
You are.
So, like, it don't make no sense for that. But these people took their money to do this. And they felt like they had an opportunity to let MoneyBagYo hear their music. And then this person didn't even show. You know what I'm saying? But that's what happens with Lexington. You know what I'm saying? You don't support your own. And this is the type of stuff that happens.
Right. A lot of people are upset, man. I'm hearing a lot of stories. You know how you hear stories about, you know what I'm saying? I gave 5 racks. I gave 10 racks for the section. I gave him 2,500. I had the meet and greet. He didn't show. Where's the money? Can I get it back? I'm sure they'll figure it out because people's names are out there. You know, you want to keep your name good. Let's hope so, man, because the city was a little disappointed that MoneyBagYo was a no-show. Moneybag no. And it didn't happen. What's up, dog?
Hey, peace.
Peace.
Can I add on real quick?
Go ahead,
You know
son.
what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas is catfishing the culture, man, the hip-hop culture and shit. Like, you got these niggas on here, not catfishing like you sort of a bitch, but they talk about what they can do for you and shit. Like, niggas talking about, like, if you give them $1,000, they give you a million views and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, the only way that motherfuckers is growing views is organically, kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? That with that saying, niggas will run trap. They exploit your dreams and shit. Like, they be like, yo, this how niggas run traps. I can bring a nigga from out of town, tell you whoever, bring the convention hall, and tell you this nigga from Bad Boy. And niggas will line up and pay $100 to fucking perform for this nigga for a couple minutes or 1 minute and shit. And then this nigga leave out the back door and split the money.
And Lexington has somewhat of Lexington has somewhat of an issue with that because and we're not going to stay on this topic too much, but since we're coming fresh off last night, and Lexington does have a little bit of a history of the Master P situation. They came out, they said Master P, and it's a talent contest, and people paid money, and some people haven't learned. I think it's safe to say that you've learned, or you don't even fuck with none of that type shit. You ain't giving thousands to none of that.
Listen, not in my own city where I'm lit at. It don't make no sense. I'm not paying nobody nothing to do no type of performance, and I stand on that.
Word.
I stand on that.
So let's talk about the ESTG. Speaking of that, you blessed the city. Everybody went wild when it was on social media, and they seen Yo Gotti down in Louisville, right? But Yo Gotti fucked them up because he was like, yo, we in Kentucky. So that just basically, that, you know, for anybody that don't know, Louisville's in Kentucky. Just so you know, Louisville's not its own country. Louisville is in Kentucky. And you had a solid connection and brought one of Yo Gotti's, before he started fucking with Yo, maybe he was in the works of getting a deal.
Right.
But you brought down the heavy hitter, brought him to the city. Talk about how you brought him down and how did that, tell me about the vibe and how people responded or how they didn't respond.
Well, first I want to also give a shout out to DJ Chunks, you know what I'm saying? That's
Word.
ESTG's official DJ. I had a relationship with him. He seen me perform a time, you know what I'm saying? He took a liking to me, so, you know, I seen ESTG and I seen like potential in him. Like, I'm like, man, he got a chance to really be something. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing the way he was moving, he was working. So I reached out to him and we got the feature together. And I brought them to Lexington. I don't know, it might have been a little bit ahead of their time. They didn't realize what was about to happen, you know what I'm saying?
And
like,
you're a little bit ahead of their time, too.
That's very possible, because it seems like they still lost. But, you know,
right.
I try to, like, you know, bring it to the light and see what's going on. But
and you hot. You doing numbers, and you bring him in to the city.
Correct, you know what I'm saying? It only makes sense, like, he was a Louisville artist, you know what I'm saying? Really, honestly, to be honest, he had the most views as I seen coming from Louisville at the time.
Right.
And I was doing the most numbers when it come to my city, so it only made sense for us to get together and make it work, you know what I'm saying?
It's a dope cut too, that Lex to the Ville.
Back, I'm a Don, nigga. Hell yeah, no quan, nigga. Cried with him when he lost his grandpa and his mom, nigga. Jeezy was a garden snake that grew up to be Godzilla. I show you how to take this off and shake and make it hard, nigga.
When the shit came out, you know what I'm saying? It had the up tempo feel. It had the up tempo. You could go into clubs with it. You could bang in the car with it. And the verses are fire, man. That Lex to the Ville, man. Mike Sinatra. So y'all definitely go check for that, man. ESTG, Mike Sinatra, and of course one of the Day One homies, Whole Thing.
For sure. With
that Lex to the Ville, which is a dope cut, man. And,
appreciate it.
Hell yeah. I want to go into a couple other things. Now, since we're talking about artists, I want to stay on Mike Sinatra, but I want to talk about how you feel about your response in this city of Lexington. Everybody knows that you're hot, but when you're hot, you know what comes with it. Hate comes with it. Negativity can come with it. How have you been dealing and bouncing with that energy and keep rolling? Dealing with as you being the premier, one of the hottest, if not the hottest artists coming out of Central Kentucky, and have been for several years.
There's mixed emotions about it. You know, sometimes, you know, I get caught in my feelings and I let it deteriorate me. Like, damn, what am I not doing wrong? You know, I mean, what am I not doing right?
Right.
But at the end of the day, it don't do nothing but motivate me. You know what I'm saying? And make me go back in the booth and do something better. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to how my city embraces me, I feel like my city does embrace me. I ain't gonna play like I don't get the support that I do have, but I don't feel like I get the support that I deserve. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a lot of people that like, they not gonna share my music, but they gonna listen to it behind closed doors. I don't understand it, you know what I'm saying? But that's my city for me, you know.
Well, they're not gonna, they're not gonna come out and pay thousands of dollars to get on the ticket, but they'll roll motherfucking Little Joe's for the no-show money bag. No, they'll do that.
You know what I'm saying? You make it make sense to me. You know
they'll do that. So, and listen, Minister and shout to the Nation of Islam, Minister Damon Mohammed. He's from Louisville. Minister Damon Mohammed. He has an entire sermon on the history of Lexington, this area, you know, Cheapside, slavery, things of that nature. You know what I'm talking about. There's a street called Cheapside in Lexington where there were slaves sold. And Minister Damon Mohammed goes in on why Fayette County in Lexington, the issue that people are infighting, not supporting each other. It's got some history to it.
Yeah.
It ain't just some modern day hate. It's some, you know, you get the hate from your mama type shit.
It makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? You a hater because your daddy was a hater type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that and you know, inshallah in the future, you know what I'm saying? And again, you got knowledge of, I hear you speaking, you know, Allah. I saw a record cover that said Allah on it.
Yeah, correct.
Tell me about how you came into the knowledge of Islam or the science of mathematics.
Well, to be honest, like, let me touch on religion for a quick second.
Yes, sir.
Religion wasn't nothing that was pushed on me, you know what I'm saying? It was always just an opportunity. If you want to pick it up, you could pick it up. My mama tried to keep it in my ear, but it wasn't nothing she necessarily pushed on me. But she's a Christian. And I really found Islam being in the cell, you know what I'm saying, in jail.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I'm sitting there, I read the whole Bible front to back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you get to New Testament, you know, you see some things and it's just like, you know, what's going on? But then I picked up that Quran and I read what I read and everything made sense to me, you know what I'm saying? And that's when I found myself, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't pushed on me, so I knew it was the real thing.
So that's what that meant when you said you respect and love Jesus, but you lean more towards Muhammad.
Correct.
Because you're not gonna turn the other cheek. You're gonna fight.
I'm gonna do what makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do what makes sense.
You know, that's something that Mike does. I hear that a lot from Sinatra, and really, when you say that it's got to make sense, because you told me that about when we when we scratched to go into the radio station to do this thing. We said, fuck it, we doing it rugged and raw. We going over to Obvious Baines, Philly in the building. We in Lexington, Kentucky. And you said, fuck all that. We gonna come here and do it rugged and raw. We don't need no cables on us. We don't need no restrictions.
Correct.
And that's what's up. You've turned down some deals. I heard through the grapevine, man, that you turned down a couple of deals. You've been doing numbers for a long time, been making hot records, man. Again, fucking with ESTG, keeping our city hot. Talk to us about these deals, man, because you know what you know how that works. They're gonna, you know.
All right, so when it comes to dealing with labels,
right.
First and foremost, the deals I turned down, it wasn't necessarily like I was really thinking about the behind the scenes part of it. I was just really thinking about my worth. You know what I'm saying? And these record labels that come to you like, we got 50,000 for you, we got 100,000 for you. But I'm seeing my homie over here that got 100,000. So it's like, that would be like me signing to him and letting him control me. There's no way I would do that. Mm-hmm. So I had to turn them things down. But
when you say control me, you mean that they they control the percentage of the publishing and then your, all of that, the copyrights.
Like a record label might have control if you could do a show or not. You know what I'm saying? How you got to dress to come to a performance. All that stuff takes a toll. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, if they only offer me 100,000 and my friend over here is offering me 100,000 and he got that money, but I ain't gonna do what he say, so why I'm gonna let a stranger do it? You know what I'm saying? It didn't make sense to me. Didn't make sense to me.
You want to put out a couple of, we don't necessarily have to put names and labels out there, but from what I understand and know, you've had some deals presented to you.
Correct.
And you turned them down because of the importance of staying independent.
Correct.
And that's what's up.
And I feel like being able to say whatever you want on a record is very valuable. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I feel like we need people in our ear to keep us focused. But when it comes to creativity, you got to create. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make no sense for somebody to tell you to make this type of song if that's not what you feeling. Because when it comes to music, it's really solely with emotions. If you putting somebody else's emotion out there, it's not the same.
And that takes me to motherfucking Jumpin' Jack Harlow. Now, we fuck with Jack. Don't get me wrong. But I do want to say, speaking of chasing a bag, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about the Louisville cat Jack Harlow jumping on with the Lil Nas X with the with the sweetness. That was a little concerning for me because Louisville, the home of the champ, and we claim Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, Nation of Islam, black man. And then Jumpin' Jack in there with the sweet pink, with the listen, it's the home of the champ, so I don't want to hear a lot of champ Muhammad Ali talk. If that's what that is, and look, peace to the bag, peace to getting the bag, not a problem. Peace, well, but that's a sweet bag.
Peace, guy, but people gotta do compromising things in these days and times to actually feel like they gotta be saying this. And
that's no shot at the LGBTQ community. I know we have to, nowadays we have to like say that to make sure it's not looked at that I'm against. But I come from a hip hop era where we rough, rugged, and raw, and manhood is important.
All right, so with Jack Harlow, I don't necessarily know him personally.
I don't either.
But I know KY Engineering, you know what I'm saying? He's from Lexington.
He's from the north side.
I've been having a relationship with him for a while, and he actually let me know what was about to happen with Jack Harlow before it happened, you know what I'm saying? So
peace to KY Engineering.
I'm very aware of Jack Harlow, and his position on why he did this record with Lil Nas X, I don't know.
Bad.
But me personally, I'm not against no gays and nothing like that.
Yeah, neither am I. Let me just clear that up.
But like Boosie, for example, I know Lil Nas X and Boosie has something going on, and I kind of felt where Boosie was coming from, simply because I know that what you see on TV can manipulate your mind. You know what I'm saying? If you constantly seeing stuff, especially as a kid, you can think that it's okay. You know what I'm saying? When it goes to cartoons or whatever it may be. So
yes, Mike. Yes.
I understand that. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm more or less coming from that angle as well.
But I also feel like anybody should be able to make music with whoever they want. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. And there are no restrictions in hip hop. There is no set. You got to be this. You got to be that. So it is what it is.
Self-expression.
So I just coming from Kentucky, I would have preferred the hometown that's breaking through representing Louisville, Kentucky, the Muhammad Ali, the whole strong.
Yeah, now that
just,
when you touch right there, that makes sense because it's like you're jumping through that record, but you ain't gonna do this record with this person over.
You know what I'm saying? You're in Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? You did ESTG, that's peace, but guess what? ESTG did fuck with Mike Sinatra. Let's let that be known. And you brought ESTG to the city. Brought him to Douglas Park. Was out there, did the video.
Not only Douglas Park, we was on the back blocks, all that.
Y'all was on back in the cuts. That's what I'm saying. That's when I said that Hot Johnson.
Yeah.
Y'all seen it. And so that was a beautiful look, man. You did the back to school giveaway. We saw it.
Correct, and I gotta give a shout out to FPR Records on that. I linked with the dude D-Shock, Shy Young. We linked up. We put it together, you know what I'm saying? They told me that it was going
beautiful, man.
It was beautiful. One of the best things that I ever been part of, Like money, like for example, I could lose $500 shooting dice or something, and they don't do nothing but hurt me. But I could take that same $500 and put it here, and it feel like the world when you see somebody appreciate it, and the youth gonna appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? So that was a big moment for me, for sure.
When you in the crew, when you was out there, how did it feel from what you've been through? You've been through cases, dealing with corrupt police, dealing with corruption, dealing with neighborhood wars, dealing with sets. To put all of that behind you and come out, because a lot of motherfuckers is talking about, man, we outside. Look here, not only were you outside at the main park in our city, but you out, because a lot of motherfuckers would be like, yo, they talk strong,
right,
on social media, but we outside. Mike Sinatra's outside. Not only Mike Sinatra outside, but Mike Sinatra outside showing love to the babies.
Right.
Now that had to be, so first of all, where was the rah-rah on social media then?
Man,
where was the rah-rah? It wasn't no rah-rah.
And
guess what? And
social
that's
media,
peace.
social media.
And that's peace because it's for the babies, man. How did that feel coming up in the hood, West Side? Because, just the whole history of a lot of different wars between sets, neighborhoods, money, people losing money, people losing homies. To come and just say, you know what, we put all of that behind me. I'm coming back out in my hood at my park to do that, babies. We saw it, but you felt it because you did it, man.
Well, for me, it's whether it's as back in the day as younger, or present. But me personally, it more so sat with me with things I've done in my past, and I've been part of tearing down the community. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what do you mean? What do you mean by that?
When you say that, when I say that, I'll just say committing petty crimes, wherever it is, it set our community back, Mm-hmm. So when you could do something to give back to the community and, to basically apologize to the community and try to lead the youth the right way, it was powerful to me.
They loved you for that, too.
It was powerful to me.
They loved you for that. And let me just say, because, to coming off the strong manhood, because I'm not against guns. You have to protect ourselves. We're dealing with an environment where the black man and black male and manhood is being attacked on all fronts, okay? Emasculation. And why would we want our warrior class? We're talking about the warrior class of the black nation, but it's separate, but we can talk about it. I want, many of the strong individuals want to see strong black manhood, but they don't want it to be against each other.
Correct.
They want it to be that energy channeled into protecting the community.
And that was the problem that happened, you know what I'm saying?
You're warriors. You guys are warriors, Mike.
At some point, it came where, it was East, West, and West, North, and all that old funny stuff. That was never supposed to happen, you know what I'm saying? Right. But, like, when it comes to guns, how I think about guns personally, me, myself, I caught a felony at fresh 18, you know what I'm saying? And I got into the system. And it was for basically just having possession of a drug, not trapping, not selling nothing, just having possession of a drug. And from that moment forward, you told me that I'm not able to protect my life as if my life is not worth anything. I think it's a problem with that.
The problem systematically, right?
Systematically, it's definitely a problem with that. I feel like everybody should be able to protect their life, you know what I'm saying?
Of course. That's the law of nature.
The law of nature, you know what I'm saying? But, The other day I'm pulling up to meet with a friend, and I just see this lady and she's walking. She got her gun on her hip, you know, and she's walking, letting it be seen, like, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you put this same person in a black person's skin, you're nervous. You know why? You know, it don't make sense to me. But it's like, that's what we got to go through at the moment. Hopefully it changes at some point, but it doesn't make sense. I don't think it should be like that.
Right. And I do want to commend you and many others in the city for putting the bullshit behind y'all and stepping up to show the baby something different. So the back to school giveaway was big, not only for the West End, but just that for the young people to see it. Yeah. Because they see enough negativity, but they need to see strong black male figures.
Well, actually, they did a back to school drive probably like a couple days before, and I had already planned to do my back to school drive, but they did one out Windburn prior.
Windburn Day.
Windburn Day.
I've seen that,
and like my mama tried to sign my niece up, and it was already full. They couldn't get into it, and there was so many people that missed out on it. And I just felt like it made sense for everything to be lining up how it was lining up, because every kid needs a chance to get some back to school. Everybody needs some help.
Right.
So if I could be part of that, like I say, it means a lot to me.
And it does, and it looked good because it wasn't like, and this is nothing against my own people, Caucasians, but it looked good instead of seeing a group of, we're concerned Caucasian people, we want to help you. It looked good for the young people to see their own community come out and support themselves. Yes, beautiful look, God. Beautiful.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
And I want to note, like, they advertised that on 107.9 and everything, and
which
it's
one?
like the back to school drive. You know what I'm saying?
No, ours. Your joint. Yeah, your joint.
You know what I'm saying? It was
Peace to J. Alexander, 107.
And it was on 107.9. You know, it played multiple times. I'm getting phone calls from family members. They like, man, we heard your name on the radio. That's good things you doing, but not one cameraman was out there from a news channel. You know, not one person put that on a scale of being something good. But let somebody in that same community of the West End catch a crime, catch a charge.
The first one's on the
scene. It'd be the first one on the news. That'd be your 5 o'clock news. And I don't understand that. It's like we as a community, we magnify the negative that's being done and minimize the positive. You know what I'm saying? That's a problem to me also.
That's heavy, man, because what the devil's media, for lack of a better word, just to use the word devil so people can understand what that energy is about, that does have an effect. So when you think of the community, all you think of is gun violence, what happened last night. But guess what? Besides who got shot last night in the back of wherever the neighborhood is, besides that, there were 1,000 other good things that happened. But they didn't give no coverage to that.
Correct.
And don't forget, we are in Lexington, Kentucky. We have to remember where we are, good brother.
Correct.
But we busting down doors, man. You know what I'm saying? We busting down doors. I want to get back to hip hop, man, because when I heard the name Mike Sinatra, like, you know, and I want to send a special shout out to Booney Moonrock, all the OGs, and you know, I'm hearing different names about who's hot, and this name's clicking. I'm hearing music. I'm hearing shit. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Mike Sinatra, woo, 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 woo. I'm like, yo, that's the illest motherfucking name I've ever even come across, first of all.
Right, appreciate it.
Motherfucking Mike Sinatra, son.
Appreciate it.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Now, where was your mindset? I mean, what young black artist in the hood chilling, getting money, doing his thing, rapping, and said, yo, I'm gonna be Mike Sinatra, man. How did that shit transpire, man?
In front of blue eyes.
Yo, your blue eyes, you know what I'm saying? No, because there's obviously got to be some similarities that you've seen between you and the old man Frank Sinatra.
All right.
Rest in peace.
Well, like, that's a name I kind of gave myself, but I can't give all the props to myself. Okay. My father, he used to, you know, a whole lot of older films was in his day, you know, he wanted me to know him. You
Godfather,
know what I'm saying?
gangster films and
Godfather,
shit.
You know, Frank Sinatra played a big role in those movies, so if you know what was going on with that, you know, it's a lot of behind the scenes things that's going on with Frank Sinatra, man.
Yeah,
Shout out to Frank Sinatra. So I was like, man, I'm gonna be the voice of my city, you know. And if anybody ever know, you know, Frank Sinatra is the voice, you know, the first person named the voice, all of that. You know
man, Frank Sinatra, man, listen, Frank Sinatra was, when he was coming up, young Frank Sinatra was motherfucking hard rock. Mm-hmm. Frank Sinatra, if you know, I'm talking about as a youth.
Yeah.
He bumped heads like Frank Sinatra, like, was in his little hood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then he came up through the entertainment and started doing his thing, man, and had
Man,
plenty of hoes,
Look,
boy.
this is one thing that I just found out. I ain't gonna take too much time on
No,
Frank Sinatra.
no, but I'm saying, but that's your name.
But yeah,
Mike
like,
Sinatra.
all right. So this is what gets me about it, right?
Right.
So, like I said, I connected with the name instantly. You know,
Yeah,
I didn't
hell
really
yeah.
know why, but I seen little things and it made sense to me.
Yes,
so
it did. Yes, it did.
But I was looking up Frank Sinatra, and even though if y'all ever seen my Allah cover, the song,
I did. That's why I asked you about
it. Looks a
Allah, man.
lot like the Frank Sinatra cover. You know what I'm saying? As when he got he caught a charge. You know what I'm saying? And I was wondering, like, man, what did Frank Sinatra get locked up for, man? What this white man get locked up for?
You seen him? You seen his
his mugshot. So I'm like, man, let me see what he get locked up for. And he got locked up for something very bogus, you know? And I was like, dang. And they dropped the case. And the next thing you know, they was like, well, we couldn't charge him with that. We're going to try to charge him with this. You know what I'm saying? It sounded a lot like my life, so it make more sense. You know
Straight
what I'm
up and
saying?
down,
It make
man.
more sense.
That's what's up, man. Straight up and down, man. I think that's one of the illest names, man. And lyrically, you spitting that fire. And there was a couple of bars that I heard of some of your new songs that's really, really just shutting shit down. Like all conversation stops.
Yeah.
You know, with one bar. I'm really with it.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people talk about what they do. A lot of people talk about, like, I remember Jay-Z had said that about Nas. You remember Jay-Z said that about Nas? Jay-Z was actually, you know, doing shit. Nas just talking about what he saw through his project window. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z said he actually doing what he talking about.
Correct.
And you made that strong point. Now, that's neither here nor there, positive, negative. But to come from a background of experience and dealing with the criminal system, dealing with the beef, drama, watching over your back, all of that. This is something that you have lived and lived. This is not a movie.
Right.
This is real life.
Right. How I feel about that, you know, I've done a lot of things in my youth that I ain't proud of, you know what I'm saying? Being part of things, just really being misguided as being a kid, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I was an innocent kid just like everybody else in America. And if you let the wrong people influence you, you can get misguided, you know what I'm saying? And I fell victim to that. But at the same time, I don't regret nothing I've been through because it trained me to be the man I am today, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's just how I feel on that standpoint. A lot of things that people are going through still, I'm looking at them, you know, you 33 years old going through stuff that I figured out when I was 20, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't take that back for nothing.
Grew up quick, didn't you?
Grew up quick, you got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to.
Yeah, most definitely, man. There's several different things that we can continue to go into. I want to get back into the music because obviously that's who you represent, and that you represent in our state, you represent in our county, our city. You got the Don Julio of the Julio Fulio record.
Okay,
You're connecting with a lot of different people in different cities. You've done music with people locally, obviously.
Right.
But you're branching out, doing records again, ESTG, Louisville. You got the Julio Fulio record.
All right, before I tap in, I got a few artists that I want to tap into. But before I get to the names that everybody know, I want to give a shout out to the camp around me.
Yes, sir.
I want to shout out to every Lexington artist that's working. You know, I give props to them. But specifically, you know, Spoon Drop, that's one of the artists I first started working with.
10 years ago, the videos, Hood, Get Smoked, all those joints.
He was around for all of that, you know what I'm saying? I can validate what he's rapping about, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't never consider him a cap rapper, you know, just a person that rap about their prior experiences. So I like him a lot. Same thing for Whole Thing.
Right.
It's an artist named Savage Bands. He's from Cleveland, you know what I'm saying? And he got a FOD movement. I'm behind him. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of artists I got history with, but I definitely want to start by shouting out Lexington artists, and this is why I started with, you know what I'm saying? I started with them.
No doubt. I've noticed a lot of, even because when there was a lot of beefs going on back over the couple summers, this COVID shit has had people fucked up. People are angry, pent up frustration, money's, you know, people, you know, a lot of situations out here is due to money, and at the end of the day, if motherfuckers are still fighting and killing over bitches, man, or pussy, then listen, man, then, you know, damn, man, who raised you? But you, after all of the petty beefs or what have you, I've noticed some unity coming along. I see you. I see people, you know what I'm saying, Good Guys Entertainment, Slime Bucci and them, Meech and them. They, you know what I'm saying, you good, the people fucking with you. So
right.
Wody and them. got
Right.
history with them.
Right.
Another cat that was out there wanted to go and come in front of MoneyBagYo and MoneyBagYo show. MoneyBagYo show.
Right.
The city's hurt. I'm just saying what that is. But most definitely, man. Now, let's get into the importance of staying independent and where you're at. Do you want to talk about your current situation, about your current business situation? Where is Mike Sinatra at right now?
Right now, I'm currently signed to Thoroughbred Music. It was my first deal I took. I was I'm currently fighting a sentence. You know what I'm saying, and they was the one that reached out to me. A lot of labels, when you fighting cases and stuff, they try to stay away from me. You know what I'm saying. But there's a record label that believed in me and took a risk with me. You know what I'm saying, and I appreciate that situation. But I do think it's important to stay independent.
Good.
And the reason I say that is because when you sign a deal, it's like, you might have 4 pockets and you only got 2 hands. But next thing you know, somebody's in your ass pockets and everything, you're
Right.
trying to figure out what's going on. So I feel like, if you stay independent and you grind for what you believe in, it'll all come to, and it makes more sense for you to get every dollar you can out of your dream. So that's why I say I feel like you should stay independent. To get all the money, you know what I'm saying? If you can get all the money versus a percentage. It only makes sense.
Right. And you've been doing that for quite some time.
Correct.
Now you mentioned your cases. We're going into a new phase of Mike Sinatra. Again, a lot of people don't realize that you've been doing records for a long time, making a lot of noise. And anybody can just grab social media or grab platforms and see Mike Sinatra's records and what he's doing.
Right.
What is your future endeavors about after pre-case, after case? Where are we going? Is there a particular album or record that we can look for that's going to be coming out like soon, or because you stay working?
Well, one thing's for sure, like I'm more than confident as soon as these cases get behind me that I'll be where I'm supposed to be when it comes to this music game. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So my first album is gonna be called Carnegie Hall. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the few places that Frank Sinatra was performing at. So I'm gonna put on the show for him. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as we get these cases behind us, that's where we're going with it. And there's a lot of big moves to be made that ain't even yet. And the year's not over, so you're gonna hear about a lot of Mike Sinatra before the year's out.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Yeah, most definitely. There's a couple of other things I wanted to touch on, and just because I want to get back to knowledge real quick. Your future records that you're going to be doing in the studio. That last record you sent me, I couldn't clean it up that quick, but we were talking about how people hone in on the negative. Like, you got a lot of records talking about a lot of things. That last record you sent me, particularly after the back to school giveaway, like, you're talking about it ain't just out here with the stick and the pole and beef. None of it. Like you really going in.
Correct.
And I think that last record, and I'm gonna be getting that jumping on the radio ASAP. I'm gonna clean up, call my man, and we'll get that cleaned up and put that on the radio. Because sometimes when we communicate, we could be talking about something positive, and then we still saying, you know what I'm saying, still speaking the way we're speaking.
Right.
And that recent record, do you have a name for that record? Because that looks like that may be coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, it's called August 10th. That's the day my daughter was born, and like.
That's the name of the record, August 10th?
August 10th,
Yeah,
it was
exclusive Mike Sinatra, and I got it, but they don't have it yet. And I ain't gave nobody.
It's not out there.
It ain't out there yet. You know what I'm
Even
saying?
though
And trust me, I'm not one of them leaky leaks, man. I'm not doing the leaky leaks.
Yeah,
okay?
sneaky leaker.
I'm not doing that.
Nah,
I'm not doing that.
Nah. But yeah, it's called August 10th. You know what I'm saying? It was something that, like, it's gonna stand out in my life forever, because it was the day that I had my firstborn child ever. And like, I'm leaving for the hospital because I'm on ankle monitors, so I gotta be in for curfews. And as soon as I get in from curfew, matter of fact, I got my mans with me. You know what I'm saying? We chilling. We about to play the game and just kick back. You know what I'm saying? I'm salty that I can't be at the hospital with my daughter, but I know in the morning I'll be back there. You know what I'm saying? So it's still a celebration. Next thing you know, They there. Talking about they got a warrant for my arrest. So, you know, if you listen to the song, I get more in detail about everything that's going on.
I'm not going to go, right.
Yeah, but like...
They'll get it.
It stand out to me, you know what I'm saying? So August 10th is definitely a big day for me, and day I'll never forget.
Off camera, I heard the baby in the background, and you know the sign of a good dad, like when the baby is, you know, crying or whatever. And I noticed in the background, I said, okay, he picked up the baby because that baby stopped crying.
right.
What you on the phone, like, you know what I'm saying? What you doing this number, shit, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that was a beautiful thing, man. Is that your first child?
That's my first child.
Wow,
but
man, that's dope.
But like my brother, he actually went to the penitentiary when his daughter was probably like months old. She wasn't even a year old yet. And you know, I was a kid still. You know, I was about 14 years old. My brother's going to the penitentiary, and my brother, like, I have a father, you know what I'm saying, but my father was more of a provider, you know what I'm saying. So he felt like, I'm gonna keep food in your mouth, I'm gonna keep this house over your head, and that's my job. And that really wasn't all to being a father, but you know, I still appreciate everything he done for me. But my brother was the person that, you know, took me under his wing and tried to teach me how to be a man.
How many years between you and your older brother?
Me and my brother, we 9 years apart, almost a whole 10.
He coming with the big brother.
Big brother,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Brother.
And I'm learning lessons from him firsthand. You know, he did this, and this is what happened to him. So I'm learning firsthand not to go that route. You know what I'm saying? And he don't want that for me. So, you know, as he got older, and I'm starting to realize what's going on. You know, he went away, he went to prison, and his daughter was left behind, and I stepped up and did as much as I can as a kid, taking on grown man responsibility. So I was always around kids, so it was like having my firstborn, it was mine. So it's different, like, you know, this is yours, this is what you worked for, this is what you put in, this is your creation. But at the same time, it wasn't new to me, though, because like I've already been there.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And as the father and the God of your universe, it's a beautiful thing to see, man. And that alone, dealing with, you know, like you said, cases, being a brand new father, your direction, I see nothing. You've already been at the Central Kentucky, the state representative, but you're worldwide, Mike Sinatra. But this new phase of Mike Sinatra, we're all excited about it, man. We are definitely excited because it's going to be it's going to be a whole new Mike Sinatra. It's going to be when you're a new dad and things that get behind you and you're moving forward and you really back working 24/7 without the cables, without the ankle, you know what I'm saying? The free, everything free about Mike Sinatra. Nobody, you know, and that takes me back to why you wanted to do this interview the way you wanted to do it. Like, you're tired of being restricted, tired of motherfuckers saying, yo, you got to do it this way, then you do this ankle monitors, and that shit got to be playing on your heart. Like, that shit, that shit is not cool.
It's like, it's very stressful. Like, you know, like outside of music, there's a couple things I wanted to touch on. My journey, like even coming home on bond, like first and foremost, I want to state, like, we live in a country that say you innocent until proven guilty. You know, we get told that as a kid. We start saying that as a joke.
Yeah,
you know, we innocent until proven guilty. But like, my journey has been so rough. You know, I came from in 2019 being arrested for a charge. Y'all don't know if I'm guilty or not. Y'all listening to my phone calls. Y'all see I'm able to post this bond. Next thing you know, the bond's getting raised. And like I had a $250,000 bond. We talking about $250,000 bond for a wanton endangerment charge. You know what I'm saying? A misdemeanor being up under their criminal mischief is sitting at $30,000 bond. You know, you tell me this is justice. It don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying?
It's
and I came from that, so, you know, making it through that, you know, praying. You know what I'm saying? God got me out of that situation. He made a way for me to come home. And next thing you know, we grabbing him again. FTA, when did I ever miss court? You know what I'm saying? I never missed court. Oh, we did it for this reason or that reason. And I'm about $30,000 in bond cash, another $60,000 to bond over there.
Right,
you know,
right.
I'm going through a lot.
Damn, BT. I bring you all to class today to learn something.